Tuesday morning, I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. We're going to be looking at your weather forecast as we go through the next 7 days. A couple of chances of rain over the next 7 days. They might not be large chances of rain, but at least they're in the forecast. Also, some warm weather as we go through the next 3 or 4 days. And then cooler weather comes in from the weekend with highs backing off into the 70s. So looking not too bad over the weekend. Like I said, there are a couple of chances of maybe a couple of showers here and there. As we take a look at the rest of the day forecast, we're looking at temperatures today up into the middle 80s, 84. Through the triangle here for this afternoon. Then we back off into the middle 70s as we head towards the early evening, around 76. By 10 o'clock tonight, temperatures dropping back down to around 70 with once again some partly cloudy skies overnight. We could see some more patchy fog out there. This morning we didn't see a whole lot. There were a few areas, but Monday morning we saw pretty widespread fog. I think we'll see kind of a little bit more than today and a little less than Monday. So some patchy dense fog around the area as we head towards, looks like Wednesday morning. Allergy report, once again, kind of a mixed bag here. Tree and grass is low, weed is up a little bit at medium, and then mold is on medium as well. So looks like maybe weed would be the problem if you're out there sniffing and sneezing for today. As we take a look at some of our Roofing 911 live sky cams across the area, generally showing some partly cloudy skies here in southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. Here's the view from the Horseman's Western Store right there on the feeder road next to I-10. The camera is actually on the building right next to the store itself. And then as we look from Pack of the Prey on downtown Beaumont, once again some partly cloudy skies out there for this morning as we see a little blue mixed with some cumulus clouds building up in the area. No rain today, even though it looks like a couple of dark bottoms on some of those clouds where you can maybe see a sprinkle here or there. Don't think we're going to see that for this afternoon. Roofing 911 live Skycam network currently showing 80 degrees downtown, humidity 67%, and we're seeing winds out of the southwest anywhere between say 2 and 8 miles per hour right now. That 4/100ths of an inch of rain in the rain bucket there, I wouldn't consider that. I don't think that's anything that we saw overnight. I think it's a little bit of condensation or something in the rain gauge. So let's take a look from right here at our 12 News studios. You look down on I-10, maybe heading down I-10 for lunch today, getting out and about. Traffic looks like it's going along pretty smoothly. No problems out there. Our Roofing 911 live Skycam network from our 12 News studio brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, showing once again partly cloudy skies overhead here in Beaumont as traffic looks like not too thick out there right before the lunch hour. Of course, around lunch it does start to get a little bit more busy, that's for sure. All right, we'll switch over to another camera and check out what's going on. Let's see, wait for it to change here. There we go, up towards Jasper. And this camera brought to you by Provalis with partly cloudy skies as we look at the Jasper County Courthouse. And the trees blowing around just a little bit. We have that south wind out of about 5 to 10, maybe some gusts to 15 for today. So a little breezy. That should help with the warm temperatures out there into the lower to middle 80s for this afternoon. But not looking bad if you have any outdoor plans. I would have a little sunblock on and make sure that you just have a little bit of water. Stay hydrated if you're out working or playing outdoors for an extended period of time this afternoon. Even though it's not too hot, humidity is starting to creep up there in the 60 to 70% range. So indicating I feel a little warm. And then let's take a look down towards Port Arthur. This camera brought you by Market Basket. Once again, seeing some partly cloudy skies in the Port Arthur area on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. All right, let's take a look at temperatures, and we're already into the lower 80s for a good portion of southeast Texas. Right now at 82 in Kirbyville and also in Port Arthur, 81 through Silsbee, Beaumont, and Orange, 79 in Woodville, 79 in Jasper. A mix of 70s and 80s over towards Houston. Houston International Airport up there at 81, 80 in Conroe, and then 79 in Huntsville, 79 in DeQuincy, and then 80 degrees in Lake Charles. Weather map shows quite a bit of high cloudiness streaming across the state, especially as you get out into West Texas, Texas Panhandle, and then hard to see those low-level clouds over southeast Texas, and then I have a few high-level clouds as well, kind of skirting across. Warm front is off towards our east, moving up towards the east, bringing in those southerly winds, that warm air. We have a cold front to our north, but that's not the one that's going to be moving through here as we head towards, it looks like, Thursday into Friday, bringing us some chances of rain. It's going to be a storm system coming in from the west, a little bit of a low with an area of low pressure with a front associated with it, and that should cool us down a little bit for the weekend. Let's check the rest of the country and see what's going on. And there's a couple of areas where we're seeing some very active weather. One is out west. You can see the spin down here towards Los Angeles, Southern California, getting some pretty heavy snows up into parts of the Sierra Nevada. Good news for the ski resorts there. You can see the purples and the pinks here indicating some winter weather into parts of Utah, southern Utah, getting some winter weather advisories, getting some rain through parts of Arizona, and I imagine some higher elevations probably getting some snow there. And then southern parts of Nevada, this looks like the southern half of the Sierra Nevada mountain range over in California, getting some pretty heavy rain. Pacific Northwest is pretty quiet. Looking through the Midwest, not too much going on right now, but then you head just towards the east, up towards the Midwest there. You're seeing a little bit of rain up through parts of Wisconsin, back into Iowa, northern Illinois. It looks like maybe Chicago, just maybe south of some rain. And then we're seeing some pretty heavy rainfall. It looks like through parts of Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, over towards West Virginia for this morning. And maybe even some winter weather advisories up there. We might be even seeing a little bit of snow up towards parts of, say, West Virginia into Ohio for this morning. At least purple indicating maybe some weather advisories there. Deep south looking good through parts of the southeast. Florida looks dry, as well as Louisiana back into Texas. No problems as far as any active weather. Our futurecast takes us up into the middle 80s for this afternoon, drops us back into the 70s heading into this evening, and then overnight we'll see numbers dropping all the way back into the 60s. Should be looking at numbers tomorrow morning, generally middle to upper 60s. Towards the lakes, I think will be a little bit cooler than this, back towards the middle 60s. Getting into tomorrow, our futurecast trying to show a few showers out towards the west. Might see a few of those pop up. I don't think we'll see anything here really in southeast Texas, maybe a sprinkle. That would be about it. And then as we get into the afternoon, we'll get up into the 80s again for tomorrow. As we head towards Thursday and Friday, that storm system will give us a little bit better chance of maybe a few showers. Along the coast for today, southeasterly winds at 5 to 10 knots, seas about 2 feet. Next high tides at 3:44 for this afternoon. As we see our sunset tonight's about 5:19. Look for a light chop on the inland lakes and bays. Right now, Texas point conditions, southeasterly winds at about 8, and our water temperature there into the Gulf sitting right there in the middle 70s at about 75. All right, let's run down your forecast for today. We'll go partly cloudy, as we just showed you on SkyCam. We have plenty of that out there right now. South winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so a nice little breeze as we get up into the lower to middle 80s, say 82, 83 down towards the coast, and we'll see 84 as we get a little bit farther inland. We might even see a few places hit 85, especially up towards the lakes for later on this afternoon. And then for tonight, watch for areas of fog. Not going to be widespread, but I think there will be some fog around, a little bit more than we saw this morning, especially in those fog-prone areas. We could see some pretty dense fog in some of those areas with some water around and things like that. Southeasterly winds at 3 to 8 miles an hour in those frog-prone areas. All right, temperatures in the 60s tonight. Middle to upper 60s towards the triangle here. It's the middle, maybe a few lower 60s as you get closer to, say, Rayburn or Toledo Bend in the morning. As we check our 7-day forecast, temperatures into the lower 80s all the way through Friday. Notice we'll see a small chance of rain on Thursday, about 20%, a couple of showers here and there popping up, and then a 30% chance for some rain on Friday. So not everybody's going to see it. Matter of fact, probably more people not seeing the rain Thursday into Friday than do see the rain. And if you do get some rain, let's hope that you pick up a quarter of an inch, half an inch, something like that, because we're not going to be seeing a lot of production as far as the rain out of this first storm system. We'll see a little bit of a break on Saturday, temperatures dropping into the 70s, and then another chance for maybe a few showers going towards Sunday into Monday, around 20-30% once again there. So hopefully you might catch a few drops, maybe a little bit of downpour at your house over the next 7 days. At least you have a couple of chances of rain. Well, I'll put a number here at the bottom of your screen, 409-749-9302. You can text us that number and ask us any type of weather question.